This video is about Europe staying in, leaving, Brexit. I think there's been too much misinformation. My name is Philip Masters from Philip Masters Independent Financial Advisors Limited, and I want to give you some information so that you can make the right choice for the country. I'm not going to persuade you to leave, I'm not going to persuade you to stay. What I want to give is some hard facts that affect every person in this country. I'm not talking about the rich people, of course, because nothing affects them. It's about the ordinary people, you and I. If we leave, what's going to happen? Nobody has really told us what will happen. You may have noticed over the last couple of months, petrol has increased in price. You may have noticed that some foods have increased in price. No one says anything about it, but it's happened. I was buying petrol, diesel, 97. It's now 110, 112. Why? In general, they just say the pound's dropped against the dollar, and we know that petrol is paid for in dollars. But why has it? The early months of the campaigning, to leave was in the forefront. People were saying, no, we want to leave, we want to leave. We don't want immigration. Well, will that stop? Will we secure our own borders? Too many foreigners here, too much this, they're taking our jobs. There are still plenty of jobs to be had. No, the reason it's been happening is because the polls are saying we're leaving, the pound has slipped. It went as low as 137 to the dollar. Yesterday, a poll said we were staying. 55% of people were saying they want to vote in. The dollars went up 2 cents. It hits in 145, 146. So you'll notice petrol will start to come down again. Food may come down. That is very important when people say we want to leave. It affects everyone. Immigration, can we curtail it? Maybe, maybe not. For the last 150 years, we've had immigration. Will we still have to apply to all the European laws? In the main, yes. Reason behind that? Half our exports go to Europe. They're not going to change the laws for us. So we're going to have to abide by them. The rules regarding cars, for instance, they're not going to change if we're exporting to Europe. What may change is that the cars coming in from Europe don't have to be the same as Europe, the same high standards. We may get not quite such quality. People say we can deal with the Commonwealth. Well, our biggest so-called partner, or biggest landmass in the Commonwealth is India and Australia. And the Australians have said, no, you stay in Europe. We prefer you in Europe. What does that mean? Because they've waited 40 years for us to come out? No. Leaving, there's a lot for it, but there's little to be gained in the long run. What will change? Probably nothing. I can't see anything particularly changing. We will still export, import from Europe. The tariffs won't change. There'll be no mega change. But Europe is changing. It has to. What's happening in Greece cannot continue. That will change, whether they stay or they go. And in my view, they should go for their own sake. This will change Europe. There are things happening in Germany where the Germans, who pay for most of the expenses of Europe, want to say no. So things will change. And by being in Europe, we will be able to say, we want change. We can vote for change. If we're out of Europe, no one's going to listen to us. By being in, we have access to a market of 400, 500 million people. By being out, yeah, we still got access, but we're not going to have the same clout. The immigrants coming into this country, it might slow a little bit, but truthfully, we've had immigration for so long, it really doesn't matter. And a lot of people that come to this country, they provide us with work, they provide us with taxes they pay, national insurance. I mean, just think about going to hospital. If we had no immigrants, there'd be barely anyone to run a hospital if they could work. So that's not really on the cards. That's not going to change. The money, people talk about, oh, we pay them so much, many millions of pounds, we could build this, build that. What we put in and what we get back is about 10 billion. And if you know the history of Europe, a majority of people don't. Germany, it's only 150 years old. It came from two different groups of people came together. We've held peace. The EU, the whole market has produced peace in Europe and has worked together to reduce tensions amongst nations. The amount of, when David Cameron said there could be war, it doesn't mean it tomorrow, next week, but when it all splits apart, there will be a lot of grief, a lot of trouble. By holding it, we are the sticking plaster. We are the second biggest economy in Europe. That is important, having peace. The rest of it, we can change in time. Now, I'm not asking you to vote one way or the other, that's up to you. As far as I'm concerned, it's what's going to happen to my clients and their money, because that's very important. We're running many millions of pounds worth of funds. I have to make sure that whichever way it goes, they are protected. And I have protected my clients' funds. On that basis, I'm going to leave it now because you have to make up your own mind. Vote is in a month's time. I hope it's been useful. If you need any other clarification, please email me and I'll try and help you. Thank you.